Hi, I'm Curtis Truesdale, and I am co-owner and broker of Preferred Properties of Vermont and New Hampshire. Recently, it was my pleasure to market the Quail Ridge Estate in Dummer, New Hampshire. The Quail Ridge Estate is an absolutely amazing place. Oftentimes I meet with sellers, and the sellers speak to me about how wonderful their views are. And I sell properties with views, but once in a while I really get a property which is just unimaginable in the vistas that they get. The Quail Ridge Estate is surrounded 360 degrees with the most gorgeous views of New Hampshire's White Mountains and all the way to Vermont's Green Mountains and all the way to Canada. It's absolutely spectacular. I have to say, with the hundreds and hundreds of properties that I've ever listed, this has by far the most magnificent views of any of them. The property features 12 individual fields. Those fields are full of various types of food plots. Right now it's mainly grasses and clover, but definitely brings in the bear and the deer and the turkeys. Of those 12 fields, there are 10, we'll call them box blinds, okay? Some are elevated and some of them are on the ground. And there's also numerous other tree stands. Another outstanding feature of the property is the trail system. The trail system has approximately 30 miles of kind of groomed and ditched ATV horseback trails. All of the trails circle into each other to connect all of the fields. It's absolutely amazing. We've never seen a trail system like this. Between the road that accesses the house and the trails, the owner probably has about $2 million into excavation of that system. We drove for hours and hours on the property and never repeated any of the trails. As we came down one of the trails, it opened and widened on up into a beautiful pond. The pond looked to be about a quarter acre in size, had a little spring that was coming on in. Level of the pond looked great. It was obviously man-made because it had an overflow system on it just in case heavy rains. We sat there and threw rocks, and it was actually a beautiful spot that's hidden on the property. To maintain a property like this, you have to have the right equipment, and with that kind of equipment, you need to have a place to store it. The property features a barn. It's 2 stories with a lot of storage space on the second floor. It also has a chain pulley system to allow you to get heavy equipment up for storage on the second floor. Now, unlike many hunting lodges, this particular home is much more like an executive level home. It is 3 stories and has about 3,000 square feet. It was just beautifully built. The owner is a developer and of course put extra attention to detail into his own home. It's about 3,000 square feet. It features numerous bedrooms and additional sleeping area, a fully finished basement, and probably one of the neatest features is the floor-to-ceiling fireplace. If you take a look at the outside of the home, you'll see the beautiful stonework going right up above the roofline. One of the neat things about the property is the owner just absolutely loves saunas. So he built this immense wood-fired sauna just outside of the home. The property is uniquely self-sufficient in that it has a huge diesel generator. The generator is controlled from inside of the home, and you can turn it on and off from any floor in the home. This provides electricity, power for basically all of the mechanical systems in the home. As we've mentioned before, the views are of course spectacular, and the home was built with very nice wraparound porches so that it takes advantage of all of the wonderful views. Very large porches so that you can have picnic tables and chairs and furniture on out there. Just a really beautiful spot to watch the sun come up and the sun go down.